And to discuss Turkey's security threats more closely, I'm joined from Ankara by Klaus Jurgens, who is a political analyst. Klaus, thank you for joining us. How much of a threat would it be for Turkey if the YPG and its Turkish affiliate, the PKK terror group, create a seamless corridor from Iraq into northern Syria?
Well, first of all, thank you for being on the program. Memnun, much appreciated. Honestly, I think if it comes to a situation where, as you mentioned, a seamless corridor would be created, it could pose considerable security threats to the Republic of Turkey. I'm not only talking about copycats who might be hiding within the country, but it could have much wider international implications that international observers now say, look, now they have done a fait accompli. We have to give them the right to self-determination. Again, Turkey would be put into a political corner. Everyone would criticize Turkey for not allowing a similar development on its own soil. And I belong to the group of commentators who says we have a single Republic of Turkey. It has to be defended. Ankara has a right to speak up for its own interests, regardless of whether the international community supports it or not. I would see it as a very, very serious threat to the integrity of modern Turkey.
You're talking about the international community, and specifically let's focus on Russia and the US. The US has supplied weapons to the YPG, which Turkey considers a terrorist organization. Russia now is pushing for the PYD, which is a political wing of the YPG, to be part of the Astana process. Is that a red line for Turkey?
Well, I'm following very closely the Astana process and the bilateral and the trilateral meetings. I think it would be very unwise from the side of Moscow to support a faction in the process and inviting them onto the negotiation table. Turkey would, as this word is so often overused, but let me use it one more time, there would be a red line. None of the two groups you mentioned, in whatever form, should be supported by the international community in the sense of getting their own way, neither by Washington nor by Moscow. I'm sorry, I'm very outspoken about this as well. I would see another grave threat to Turkey.
What does Turkey do if its traditional NATO allies aren't listening to it when it comes to the YPG? We're talking about the US here. And if its new allies, or in Russia, for example, aren't listening to it when it comes to the PYD. So what does Turkey do then?
Well, here comes my diplomatic corner, so to speak, my diplomatic viewpoint. I think Turkey should proceed exactly on what I would refer to as a twin-track security and foreign policy. You have to convince your allies about your own viewpoints, whilst at the same time not giving in completely if those allies simply don't want to understand.
Klaus Jurgens, thank you for joining us from Ankara.
Thank you.